here we have the Consumer Price Index, CPI, and of course it keeps going higher and higher and higher. Gas goes up, food goes up, travel goes up, everything's going higher. But as prices go higher, what's really happening is your purchasing power is going dead. So you already know this, I don't need to go deep into this, but it's not that things are getting more expensive, it's that the purchasing power of your dollar, your currency units, have gone down. You can see how they work in perfect unison. Now you have to understand that if you want to understand your investing and building wealth. Now, why is it doing this? Why are those purchasing power units going down? Well, it's because the government continues to increase their debt. And look at this trend line growth difference. As a matter of fact, it took a few hundred years to get to 1 trillion in debt, and now we're adding it about every quarter. And so as they print these more currency units, they buy you less and less, so they go down, but the price goes up. Now, once you understand that, you can start to understand a couple other things. For example, why does it feel like you're actually getting more poor when you think on paper you're getting more wealthy? I make more money than I've ever made before, right? My assets are worth more than they've ever been. So why is it that I feel poor? And the reason why is because in purchasing power, you're actually going down. I'm going to show you exactly at which rate and how this mechanic works, but this is why. Over time, your purchasing power is going down, and so as your purchasing power is going down, your rent is going up. This is exactly what's happening. And if you want to understand why, or more importantly, mechanically how, this is the chart you want to look at. So when the government print more money, deficit spending, borrow more, etc., it increases the money supply in the world, what we might call liquidity, the liquidity in the system in order to keep the system moving. And this is a chart of the S&P 500 and global liquidity. And what we can see is that the S&P 500 moves almost exactly with global liquidity. As a matter of fact, about 95% correlation. So what does this mean? It means it's not really the S&P 500 going up into a bubble. It's the bubble in the money supply that's pushing it up. You see, so if it's only going up at the rate of money growth, you're not actually getting ahead. And this is the problem. That's what's really driving prices. So the difference of assets and wages. So what we're seeing is assets, the S&P 500, the real estate in the United States, etc., are going up at the rate of money inflation, monetary increase. And what is that? Well, it's about 8 or 9%. But your wages go up with the rate of growth, of GDP growth, which is right now about 1.6. So your wages are going up at 1.6, but the prices of everything are going up at 8 or 9%. That's why you're feeling this divide.